Good morning, Nigerians. Good morning to all our viewers all over the world. Happy New Year from us, from the 24 News Radio and TV studios. You're welcome once again to Today in the Dailies. I am Iva Karina Waring. I have the following newspapers with me. I have the Punch newspaper, I have Nigerian Tribune, and I have the Leadership newspaper. And from the Punch newspaper, if you pick up the newspaper today, it says governor's budget 525 billion naira for security as killings spread. Another one says ADC factions eyes Jonathan, Saraki, and Makinde alliance. And another one here says counter-insurgency, US delivers military supplies to Nigeria. Nigeria UAE scraps tariff on over 13,000 goods. Victims identify alleged Owo church attackers in court. The federal road spending soars 489% to 3.23 trillion naira. And from the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, the major headlines here says US delivers military supplies to Nigeria. 129 terrorists arrested, 55 killed, 309 hostages rescued in Kwara, Kogi from the police. It says Owo Church massacre, DSS lists 10 witnesses, tenders more documentary evidences. AFCON Sesmes, I fear Osimhen, Iwobi, Lukman, Morocco coach, NFF chairman Alex fears over officiating. Ekiti poll, court nullifies PDP governorship primary, others fresh exercise. If you're interested in more of this news, you can pick up the Nigerian Tribune for more details. And from the Leadership newspaper this morning, it says World Bank projects 4.4% growth for Nigeria in 2026-2027. It says counter-insurgency, US delivers military supplies to Nigeria. The Kano government officials being coerced to join in APC, Kwankwaso alleges. Kano woman dies of scissors left in her body. And if you're interested in this news, you can pick up the Leadership newspaper for more details. We'll be going on a break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Closer than you think. Welcome to 24 News Radio and Television, your trusted companion for real-time updates, expert analysis, and compelling conversations. We bring the world closer to you with clear, credible, and concise information at every moment. With our seasoned reporters and sharp broadcasters, we take the tea to uncover the facts behind the headlines from your neighborhood to the global stage. Stay connected with 24 News Radio and Television for breaking news and current happenings across the globe. 24 News Radio and Television. The world is closer than you think.
And so from the Punch newspaper, it says governor's budget 525 billion naira for security as killings spread. States across Nigeria earmarked a combined 525.23 billion naira for security votes and related operations between 2023 and 2025, according to an analysis of figures extracted from their approved budget documents. The state's budgets are contained in OpenState, a budget IT-backed website that serves as a repository of government budget data. The massive vote intended to bolster security nationwide raises critical concerns about the efficacy of these measures, as citizens remain increasingly vulnerable to the tide of violence. Although the responsibility of ensuring the safety of lives and property lies with the federal government, the increasing wave of kidnapping, robbery, and other forms of violence has compelled many state governors to set up their own internal security strategies to combat the menace. However, these efforts have not yielded the desired results as criminals continue to operate with impunity, terrorizing the citizens. The analysis is based on the budgets of 32 state governors as Gombe, Kebbi, Niger, and Yobe did not clearly disclose their allocations for security votes. The Punch also observed that Ekiti did not clearly disclose this allocation in its 2025 approved budget, which means the total figure should be higher than the 525.23 billion naira over the 3 years and supplies to Nigeria in support of the country's ongoing security operations. In a post on X on Tuesday, AFRICOM said US forces delivered the supplies to Nigerian partners as part of efforts to strengthen bilateral security operations. US forces delivered critical military supplies to our Nigerian partners in Abuja. This delivery supports Nigeria's ongoing operations and emphasizes our shared security partnership, the command wrote, tagging the US Embassy in Nigeria at US in Nigeria. The development comes amid Nigerians' continued military operations against insurgent groups, banditry, and other security threats across different parts of the country. While details of this equipment were not disclosed, the delivery highlights ongoing defense collaboration between the US and Nigeria, which includes training, logistics, and intelligence support aimed at boosting Nigeria's counter-terrorism and stability operations. Counter-insurgency, US delivers military supplies to Nigeria. You can pick up the punch for more details. I believe this is such a good one, seeing that the US have finally decided to help Nigeria, and it's a good start that they're starting with military supplies to Nigeria, so that way we can have the right tools, the right equipment, and the right trainings to combat this insurgency that has been going haywire in Nigeria. We thank the US for their support, and we are really grateful that God will give us the enablement to deal with this insecurity. Amen. And from the Nigerian Tribune, here it says Ekiti gubernatorial court nullifies PDP governorship primary, orders fresh exercise. A federal high court sitting in Ado Ekiti, the Ekiti state capital, has nullified the governorship primary election conducted by the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in the state ahead of the June 20, 2026 governorship poll. The PDP held its primary on November 8, 2025 at the end, which Dr. Wole Oluyede was declared winner, defeating Dr. Fonso Ayeni and Mrs. Fumilayo Ogun. However, the outcome of the exercise was thrown into controversy after the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) failed to recognize Oluyede and his running mate Deji Ogunsaki in the list of candidates published by the Commission on December 29, 2025. Aggrieved by the conduct and outcome of the primary, one of the aspirants, Dr. Fonso Ayeni, through his counsel, Kola Kolade San, approached the court seeking the nullification of the exercise. He alleged that the primary election was conducted in violation of the PDP's constitution and guidelines. Ekiti gubernatorial court nullifies PDP governorship primary, orders fresh exercise. You can pick up the Nigerian Tribune for more details. The PDP are always in the news for trouble this season. I don't know what is really happening within the party, but I hope they fix everything they need to fix really quickly, because you could see the PDP problem in almost every state of the country, and now in the Ekiti they are fighting for the nullification of the governorship primary and saying that the governorship election will soon be forthcoming, and they've not still settled on their own gubernatorial candidates. It's really well with them. From the Nigerian Tribune again, we can see Owo Church Massacre. DSS lists 10 witnesses to prove case against 5 suspects. The Department of State Services, DSS, has said it will call 10 witnesses to give evidence in the ongoing trial of 5 defendants accused of perpetrating the June 5, 2022 attack on St. Francis Catholic Church, Owo, Ondo State, which claimed over 40 lives and left more than 100 worshippers injured. Counsel to the DSS, Ayodeji Adedipe San, prosecuting the federal government, gave the indication on Tuesday after the evidence of the second and third prosecution witnesses before Justice Emeka Witi. The defendants, Idris Abdullah Malik, Omieza, 25, Al Qasim, Idris, 20, Jamil Abdul Malik, 26, Abdullahim, Idris, 25, Momo Otuho Abubakar, 47, are being prosecuted by the DSS. Earlier in his evidence, the second prosecution witness, codenamed SSB, a retiree based in Owo, Ondo State, told the court that on the fateful day, June 5, 2025, when Mass was about to end, gunmen attacked the church, shooting sporadically, killing over 40 parishioners and leaving more than 100 seriously injured. Owo Church massacre, DSS lists 10 witnesses to prove case against 5 suspects. You can pick up the Nigerian Tribune for more details. One thing I like about justice is that even though it takes a long time, it must still be served. This case happened in 2022, and now in 2026 we are seeing progress as we have seen suspects, and then this will definitely lead us to achieving justice of the mass killing of people in Nigeria. And I believe if they accept justice, then many insecurity or many people that choose to kill innocent Nigerians, they will stop or they will also be brought to book soon. And we'll be going on a quick short break. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. We can go back to let's continue. Welcome back. Thank you for still tuning in. This is Today in the Dailies, happening live on 24 News Radio and Television. From the leadership newspaper, this headline struck us. It says, 1 week after Chimamanda's son's death, Kanu woman dies of scissors left in her body. Barely 1 week after Nigerian author Chimamanda Adichie lost a 21-month-old son, Nkanu Nnamdi, over alleged negligence, a mother of 5, Aishatu Umar, has died in Kanu following alleged surgical negligence at the Abubakar Imam Urology Center. Her family is accusing medical personnel of leaving a surgical instrument in her body during an operation carried out in September. Aishatu reportedly died at about 1 a.m. on Tuesday after months of persistent abdominal pain, which followed the surgery, which was initially expected to improve her health condition. Her death has sparked outrage with renewed calls for accountability in the state's healthcare system. Speaking on behalf of the family, Abubakar Mohammed said the disease fell ill several months ago and was admitted to the urology center for surgery. He said after complications set in shortly after the procedure, as Aishatu began experiencing severe and recurring abdominal pain. According to him, the disease repeatedly returned to the hospital over a 4-month period to lodge complaints about her condition. However, the family alleged that medical personnel only prescribed pain-release drugs during these visits without carrying out comprehensive tests to ascertain the root cause of her ailment. 1 week after Chimamanda's son's death, Kanu woman dies of scissors left in her body. You can pick up the leadership newspaper for more details. This is a really serious issue, and health is really serious in Nigeria, and we hope they try to fix this medical system of this constant negligence, in that people lose their lives when they are not supposed to lose their lives, because of negligence from these doctors, from medical personnel. This should be taken seriously because we never can tell who will be next or who will be in the need for medical help, and then it will not be given to you. So the government should really look into this. And from the leadership newspaper again, it says court orders Facebook owner Meta to pay Falana $25,000 for privacy invasion. Justice Olalekan Oresanya of the Lagos State High Court, sitting in Ikeja on Tuesday, ordered Meta Platforms Incorporation, the parent company of the social network platform Facebook, to pay human rights lawyer Femi Falana $25,000 for the invasion of his privacy by the company. Justice Oresanya held that a global tech firm like Meta, which hosts pages for commercial purposes, has a duty of care towards individuals impacted by content on its platform. Falana has dragged the United States of America-based organization before the court over the publication of a false video about his health status, which he claimed damaged his image and the name he has built over the years. Court orders Facebook owner to pay Falana $25,000 for privacy invasion. You can pick up the leadership newspaper for more of these details. And lastly, on health, this is coming from the Nigerian Tribune. It says surgery drinks increase risk of heart disease in children, experts. A Gombe-based cardiologist, Dr. Abubakar Sani, says excessive consumption of sugary drinks increases risk of cardiovascular diseases in children. He said excessive consumption of sugar-sweetened beverages, SSBs, might predispose children to the risks of heart disease, hypertension, and type 2 diabetes. Sani, a consultant cardiologist, Federal Teaching Hospital, Gombe, said this in an interview with News Agency of Nigeria NAN on Monday. He cautioned against excessive drinks, consumption of sugary drinks in view of the prevalence of non-communicable disease (NCDs) linked to consuming such drinks. Sani said more attention needs to be drawn towards the health impact of such drinks on the heart health of children. Sugary drinks increase risks of heart disease in children, experts. This is from the Nigerian Tribune. So to get more information, you can pick up the Nigerian Tribune for more details. And this is really serious because high intake of sugary drinks has also been said to affect both the adults, and you can imagine the kind of impact it has on children whose system has not yet developed. And so we should listen to our health personnel and advising us parents, us uncles and aunties to reduce the way we give these young children sugary drinks. And even though they crave for it, even though they want it, we should choose their health over their pleasure. So yeah, this is all we have for you today from the studios of 24 News Radio and Television. Thank you for always sticking with us. This is a new year. We hope to bring you better and more impactful and interesting news stories that you would not want to miss. So stay tuned. We'll see you once again. Bye. Have a beautiful week ahead. I am Aiva Karina Wari. Bye.